Golden Boy Promotions CEO Oscar Dela Hoya says himself and Canelo Alvarez have never put a weight restriction on Daniel Jacobs. Says that Daniel Jacobs and Eddie Hearn are lying. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we know that Daniel Jacobs, Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs, will be facing Saul Canelo Alvarez tomorrow night, Cinco de Mayo weekend, Cinco Cuatro, for a middleweight unification bout. There's been a big thing about the IBF usually has a 24-hour, 10-pound rehydration limit after the weigh-in, after initial weigh-in, and you have to re-weigh in the next day, right? And you can only gain 10 pounds. But Daniel Jacobs is stating that when it's a unification bout, the IBF waives that rule, and that Canelo Alvarez, Oscar De La Hoya, and Golden Boy Promotions are implementing and putting these stipulations in the negotiations that he can only weigh and has to follow the IBF rules and only weigh 10 pounds the next day within the 24-hour time frame from the original weigh-in. Daniel Jacobs said that he feels like Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez did this, to have an advantage over him. He says that it won't work. This is what Daniel Jacobs had to say. Now, Oscar De La Hoya himself has responded to that. He says that Eddie Hearn and Daniel Jacobs are flat out lying. That's not true. He says it's the rules of the IBF. It's not them. It's nothing extra. They didn't alter the rules. They didn't ask for anything extra. They're not looking for an advantage. And Daniel Jacobs is sadly mistaken if he thinks he's going into the ring being the bigger man. He says that Canelo Alvarez is going to be the bigger man going in the ring. He may be shorter, but he's still thicker. He said he's thicker up top and down low. He says that, he's the naturally bigger guy. And we haven't even seen the best Canelo. You won't even see the best Canelo tomorrow night, but he's still going to beat Daniel Jacobs. Wow. He says that Canelo Alvarez is still growing in the sport. He's still growing as a young man, and he has a lot to learn, and he has a lot of room to grow. He says that, so the version you see against Daniel Jacobs tomorrow night won't even be the best version of Canelo Alvarez, and he's still going to be victorious against Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs. But more importantly, he stated that we're not looking to have any advantages in this fight. We didn't implement any rules or ask for anything extra. This is just the natural rules, that they're delusional. They're lying. They're making up stories. They never asked to have this stipulation put in the contract. They never asked for anything extra. Why do they need to ask for anything extra when Canelo Alvarez is going to be the better man in the ring? Daniel Jacobs is not going to be able to deal with his power, and he's banking on his size that won't matter, because Canelo Alvarez will be the bigger guy in the ring tomorrow night, and Danny Jacobs will get the shock of his life. He'll be highly surprised how big and strong Canelo Alvarez is, and that will come into play, and Canelo Alvarez will be victorious and walk away with the IBF, the WBC, and the WBA titles. So I don't know what's going on. We only could speculate. We're left in the dark, so to speak. Who knows? We'll never know who's telling the actual truth. Daniel Jacobs doesn't seem to come off as a guy that just makes up stories about weight limits. Oscar De La Hoya also said that, maybe he's delusional due to the fact that everybody was talking about the weight he gained versus Gennady Triple G Golovkin, and maybe that came into play. But they never asked for any stipulations, anything extra in the contract, because they don't need it. Because Canelo Alvarez is the flat-out better fighter, and Eddie Hearn stating that they asked for this stipulations to be in the contract. They asked for this weight limit to be ordered, to be enforced, that he's lying. And that Daniel Jacobs is flat-out delusional. He stated that Daniel Jacobs, sometimes when fighters are losing weight and it gets close to the fight, they get a little weary, they get a little drowsy, they don't know what's going on sometimes, and they say stuff that's not true. Wow. So he's stating that Daniel Jacobs just doesn't know what's going on. Maybe he's a little, wary due to the fact that he's dehydrated, so on and so forth, and that he's accusing Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez of placing something on them, placing blame on them that they haven't committed. So let's see how this plays out. But Daniel Jacobs at this point in time should be used to the 10-pound weight limit because he's defended the IBF title. I believe he defended it once. No, he hasn't defended it actually. So he's not used to the 10-pound weight limit, because he hasn't yet defended it. This is the first defense, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let's see how this all plays out. Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, Daniel Jacobs, and Canelo Alvarez are now playing the blame game. So let's see how this plays out. Does the weight limit rehydration come into play and hurt Danny Jacobs, and gives Canelo Alvarez the advantage, or does it not matter and he's gonna rehydrate to his natural weight and be comfortable and be victorious anyway? Let's see how this plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. You already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Oscar De La Hoya says Eddie Hearn and Danny Jacobs are straight out, flat out lying and delusional. They never asked for anything extra, any extra stipulations or rehydration limitations. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love. Mwah.